Well, let me tell you something. The new signings have embedded into this team quicker than anything I've ever seen or ever experienced in Football Manager. And let me tell you, since that first game against Bristol City, we've only conceded 1 goal in the next 6 games, and that was in the Carabao Cup when we didn't even play our first team. So I think this team have got some real promise, and there's some absolute superstar performances starting to shine. So before we look at who are the superstars of the team, let me show you what's happened. So in the first round of the Carabao Cup, we managed to beat Millwall on penalties. Like I said, we completely rotated, give or take 1 or 2 players, and we managed to get the job done. Not a problem. That was the only game that we conceded in. We then beat Ipswich 1-0, 73rd minute winner. Beat Fulham 2-0, QPR 2-0 in the second round of the Carabao Cup. Blackburn 1-0 away from home, and we've just beaten Leicester on penalties. So again, where we've been rotated in the Carabao Cup, we've still been getting the job done, just maybe not as effectively as we have been in the league. But today I bring you back for the whole game. Didn't want to skip it too much further forward, but the plan will most likely be we see the whole game and then we skip it forward to the South Coast derby, and hopefully, I say, we can get a more exciting South Coast derby than what we saw last season. Because, of course, last season, it was a very boring 0-0 draw and nothing exciting happened. But I've got a feeling with this new team, it's going to be an absolute monstrous result. What that does in terms of the championship, we are second. We are 3 points behind Coventry, but Coventry have played 1 more game than us. So we've conceded none. Fantastic. We have scored 6. So we are currently performing as we know we can, or how we used to perform, and it's really starting to work. You will notice there is 1 extra addition to the starting 11 from when you last joined me. We've signed Rodrigo. He's come in again from a club in Brazil. Our scouts are working overtime in South America at the moment, and they are finding us all sorts of talent. He comes in, he's going to probably play up front, maybe play out on the wing. At the minute, I've got Ratala dropping back into the advanced playmaker role. Just tinkering, seeing what's going to happen. Reinders isn't getting any younger, 33 years old. Most likely, probably won't renew his contract at the end of the season, if we've got other players like that coming through. So we might even try and offload him in January. Who knows? But for now, he's here. He's been injured, hence why Rodrigo's come in and has started. And he can play on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. And obviously we can then move the others around should we need to. But look at the average ratings of the players, especially the defence. Heavens had to be playing at left-back because, of course, Chavez did get injured, as I predicted would most likely happen. We didn't have another left-back, so Heavens had to play out there because he can play there. Other than that, pretty standard across the board. Lots of good performances from all of the squad, really. There's not really been a player that has been letting us down, apart from Rodrigo, who had an absolute stinky debut at 6.2. But let's just call it first game nerves, right? So we're going to get straight into the game against Hull. We're at home. We're at St Mary's. We've got it as a fortress. Let's keep it as a fortress and go out and get the 3 points today. Okay, so the team sheets are locked in. They're sealed. We've got Andre Lewis in goal. The absolute man mounting between the sticks. We've then got Lima, Ian, Boat and Heaven in defence, with the width coming from Osman and Nabazanda, João Pedro, along with Patrick Osahedge in the centre holding midfield roles, with Batang Ratala giving us that attacking midfield presence in that cam role, with Rodrigo leading the line. Of course, the bench makes up itself. I pretty much think we're going to say, let's not let our good run of form come to an end. Let's carry on. Let's go on as long as we can. Unbeaten. Let's not concede. Let's go win the league unbeaten, shall we? Let's do an Invincibles. Because that's how good this team is and how much faith I've got in this team to be able to carry on performing the way that we have been performing. But we can't let complacency get in. Rodrigo there tracking back and winning the ball back. Osahedge out into Heaven. Plays it inside to Ratala. Lovely ball into Nabazanda. Nabazanda takes on all these men, cuts it across. Oh, Rodrigo's there, but unfortunately just can't get the tap in away. The defender tracks him and blocks him. So again, not for the one who's trying, Rodrigo, right? He had a good couple of chances in that last game, but I'll cut that back I was going to say, I'll bring us back to that in a moment. Nabazanda was in, but the cutback was a little bit behind Ratala. Heaven here with the throw in. Nabazanda again into Ratala. Cuts inside. Oh my God! The Saint of St. Mary's. 4 goals in 5 matches. And you've just seen potentially the goal of the season. Definitely goal of the month. There's no one else who's going to score a goal like that. Look at that. Just puts his defender to dead. Stands there, does nothing, and curls it fantastically into the top corner and does, of course, the Legolas celebration with the bow and arrow. You love to see it. But that just goes to show you the players, the attacking talent has really been sort of gelling really well. And also, I was going to say, also the defence has been playing really well. But the good news is, unlike Stankovic, Andre Lewis seems to actually be able to hold on to a ball. Or if he doesn't hold on to it, knock it behind, not just knock it straight back in to the opposition. So far, been very happy with him and his performances. We're going to praise him. Osahedge is going to put the ball into the box. We're not still dangerous from corners, you'll be surprised to hear. But other than everything else, we're still pretty dangerous on now. Pedro Lima here, picking up, takes on his man, drops it across, and Ratala's there again. You won't get a simpler goal than that, but 2-0 up, 20 minutes played, and I must say I do really like Ratala in the cam role. Why is he upset? Frustrated by feedback? All right, I won't praise you. Go and do more. But I must say, him at that cam role, he's good. He's really good. And I think because he's quite small and agile, technically gifted, he can get in behind the man, he can get in behind the markers, put that run into space that you may not get from Reinders, because of course he's technically gifted, but he hasn't really got the legs anymore, whereas Ratala seems to have both. Does that take a little bit away from Rodrigo though? Potentially, but as long as someone's scoring, I don't care. Let's be honest, as long as someone's getting the goals in, I'm happy. But 31 minutes played, 2-0 still. And at the minute, we're absolutely cruising. Ratala here coming deep for the free kick. Plays it into Osman. Back into Ratala. Osman takes it. No one's tracking him. They're making it too easy for us. Ratala again. Oh, that would have been a way to seal your hat-trick. First half hat-trick and you would have been able to come off and have a rest in the second half. But that's fine. We'll keep you on at the moment. He's angry again. Complacent after the feedback. Right, if you guys want a bit of a fire up, then I'll put some fire in your belly and you can go out and score some more goals. That's absolutely fine by me. I'm going to say, I think we're doing well, but we can find another gear then. Go out there and absolutely demolish them. Demolish Hull City. We have got a bit of a problem now, though, because Heaven's getting knackered and I don't really have anyone else who can play there. Now, it's an issue. Singh went out on loan, in case you're wondering where Satnam Singh is. That's not his name, but he reminds me of the AEW wrestler because he's so bloody tall. And Chavez is out injured, so it's literally just Heaven. Boat coming off isn't necessarily a problem because we can bring Jeffrey on. And we know Jeffrey's got the absolute skills to pay the bills. Nabazanda, he can come off. Oh, we did actually bring someone else in, sorry. Oscar Gister from Chelsea. We brought him in on loan. Can play left wing, right wing and striker. So just to give us a little bit more depth. And to be fair, he's quite good. He's just not going to be a starting player for us. But I think other than that, that may be at sort of 70 minutes we make that change. I don't think we make that now. The defence is quite solid. We'll bring Boat off. We don't want to risk picking up a red. You know what? I might actually let him play instead of Jeffrey. I feel like Jeffrey's had more minutes than what he's had, and let's give him a run out. But realistically, we want much of a muchness, right? 2-0 in the first half. Let's get a couple in the second half, and then we are laughing. We are absolutely laughing. In terms of the money that we've spent as well, we spent a fair amount, as you saw in the last episode with the players that we brought in. But with the players that we offloaded and sold as well, we're not doing too bad, really, in terms of net spend. I feel like we've done well. We've brought players in that really have bedded in so well, made such an impact. And there's not really been time for them to find their feet. Heaven's come in, and he's absolutely heavenly, let's be honest. He's probably one of the best centre-back signings we've ever made. He's absolutely faultless. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's make some subs then. Bring a couple of others off. We will take Heaven off now. Put Jeffrey on. I know he can't play there, but it's fine. We'll do that. At least he can have a rough idea of that. We'll also bring on Sol Gordon. We'll bring Reinders on. Take him off now. I know he's on a hattie, but that's fine. And we've then made all of our subs. Rodrigo, 6.4. So he's a little bit better. Not really hitting the ground running yet, but he's still new to the team. He's got to find his feet. Pedro Lima. Looks like he picked up a knock there. That's not ideal. We don't want our right back and left back both being out. Reinders here with the corner. Can we just put the nail in the coffin? Get line last goal. Reinders back into Osman. Ball across. And it comes across. Oh, just Rodrigo picking up a goal here would be absolutely lovely. Joel Pedro into Jeffrey. Enrique into Gordon. All over the top for Osman. And Osman picks it up. He's not offside. He's obviously onside because Osman is absolutely rapid with that 16 pace and that 16 acceleration. You can't beat him when he wants to get in behind the man. Look at that. Bang. He made a decision. And he's like, yeah, thank you very much. I'm on the bike. And that's a 3-0 resounding win over Hull City. I would say, what a win. Nice work, everybody. Simply faultless. Simply faultless. So the plan will be to most likely, and also, can I just highlight as well, 7.55 in the league. 4 appearances, 4 clean sheets. He's an absolute gem. Absolute gem. Decent Premier League player. You can't complain, really, can you? What more could you ask? I can't ask for anything more from him. 2 appearances in the Carabao Cup, both clean sheets as well. Going to bring us back now to the Portsmouth game. They are in 6th as well, so it's going to be a tough game. So I'll play over the Charlton and West Brom game, bring you back for the South Coast derby, and hopefully we can get a little bit more spark and a little bit more fire than we had in last season's game. But if anything important happens, I'll bring you back, of course, before that. But if not, with the power of editing, you will see me momentarily for the Portsmouth game. Here we are. We're at the South Coast derby, and we've got some sad news. Some sad news. We conceded our first goal of the season against West Brom. An 88th minute goal from Ollie Bostock. We obviously had just switched off. We went 2-0 up early on. Switched off a little bit. Probably the lowest rating we've ever seen Andre Lewis get. Hopefully, not a tale of things to come. In the game against Charlton, obviously business as usual. The defence were very much on form and we managed to win 1-0. Very much Jose Mourinho-esque is our style this season. We get a goal early, ideally. We sit back, we defend, we hit them on the counter if we can. Or we just go on, carry on with that momentum. If we're not winning early and we need to then pick it up, we switch our style of play, go on a more front foot, and hopefully score in the dying embers of the game like we have been doing. A very, very important game. It could do wonders for the rest of our season. Momentum, beating your local rivals, getting them bragging rights so Dave can go to work next week and obviously give a bit of shtick to Tom, the Portsmouth fan, is absolutely what the St Mary's fans need and they deserve. And as you can see, eagle-eyed viewers would have probably already seen the championship. We've only played 7 games and we are 1 point clear at the top. 11 goal difference, 7 played, 7 won. Things can't be going better. But also, it is bad news because, of course, this could be a massive scalp for Portsmouth to then go on and get. So we have to hope that we stay defensively sound in this game specifically to get the 3 points. I think we're not going to change it. We're going to keep it pretty much as it is. Do we want to put Ratala into the cam role? He's probably played a little bit better there than Reinders. Play Rodrigo up front. He hasn't really impressed me too much. We might give Juarez actually a run out. Or do we just go Rodrigo and just stick it out? I think we're going to go Rodrigo. Yeah, we're going to have Rodrigo go. I want to get Rodrigo firing, ideally, because, he can be a star for many, many moons to come here at St Mary's. And maybe we might have 2 Saints of St Mary's. So let's get into the dressing room. Let's give the players that little bit of fire in their belly that they need for the South Coast derby. Here we go. We are in the dressing room. We're looking at Boat. We're looking at Heaven. We're looking at Pedro to have big games today. I think you all know how important rivalries are. Let's go out there and do exactly as we would expect to do. Isabel's asking us a question here. How important is a good performance here for you today? Well, quite obviously, Isabel, it's very important. We want to win. And how important will it be for you to score first? We always play the game to win, Isabel. Don't you worry about us. Maybe go and ask Portsmouth how they're going to deal with our attacking threat and how they're going to score against us. That could be my famous last words here now this afternoon. We've got to lose at some point. Let's be honest. We aren't going to go unbeaten. That's very much a pipe bomb dream. We're not going to do it. So we have to expect to lose at some point. I just don't want it to be against our fiercest rivals. Ratala there picking up the loose ball from them from a free kick. Osman runs forward but gets dispossessed easily, but Pedro Lima cuts inside nicely and wins it back into Nabazanda. What can he do here? Takes on his winger, but fullback, but obviously then plays it back into Ratala. Nabazanda again into Chavez. Oh, he cuts it across, and Rodrigo is there, and that's why. Oh, God, that's really hit the back of my throat. Rodrigo is there, and he manages to tuck it away nicely, and that's what we need. We need a couple of little tap-ins for him, build up a bit of confidence, and look at that, as cool as you like, tucks it into the far corner, away from him ever so nicely. But of course, we have got our Samba boys on the pitch. We've got Rodrigo, we've got Pedro, and of course we've got Pedro Lima. So they are probably having a little bit of a samba every time one of the Brazilian quartet score. And don't forget, we've got a couple of other Brazilians on the bench as well. So we have got a very South American influence in the team. And we all know how good South Americans can be on the football pitch. So as things stand, 30 minutes played. We are 1-0 up. I'm not going to say anything to the team. I'm not going to use a shout because there's a highlight here for Portsmouth. And we know what that means. If I say something positive, negative things will happen. Lovely collection there from Andre Lewis down into his chest. Thank you very much. I'll take them all day long. Long goal kick. No one's there, but that's fine. Pedro picks up the loose ball. Osman, lovely ball for Ratala. And Ratala's there. The surging run in behind the back line from that cam roll. It just seems to work every single day of the week. No matter who we're playing against, no matter what players are on the pitch. Look at this ball from Osman as well. Absolute fantastic. Like a hot knife through butter. And Ratala goes, thank you very much. I'm the saint of St. Mary's. I'm going to bang that in. Gaffer, give me a new contract. I deserve it. And Ratala, I'm not saying you don't, but you're already on a lot of money, so let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. 40 minutes played. Remember last season, the saint of St. Mary's was going out clubbing a bit too much, getting colds, getting flus. Wasn't really adapting himself in a professional manner. And now he's been an absolute wonder boy in this start of the season. I'm going to say you've done well so far. We're the best team in this rivalry. Now go and make sure they know it and see it through to half time. I probably will take Pedro off just because he is quite tired. So I don't want to risk him picking up an injury. Do we put Reinders there? Probably not. I think we might go for a good old defensive option and just put one of the old centre-backs there who can play DM. Or do we give Heaven a little run out there? Heaven might be quite good there, to be fair. Yeah, we'll give that a try. Heaven goes into DM, and then we'll put RM back at centre-back. I don't think there's going to be any other changes that we want to make right now. We'll bring Jeffrey on, actually. Jeffrey's got quite a bright future ahead of him. We'll bring him on rather than the Turkish boy wonder. Let's get the second half underway. Rodrigo into Chavez. We know this highlight will probably play out to nothing like they always do. There we go. There's the end. Curse of the commentator. But lovely to see a sea of greens across the pitch here for Southampton this afternoon. We're going to praise the boys. We'll probably make some more changes at around 60 minutes. Of course, we have got a lot of tired faces and players now. But the game that we're meant to play next against Watford, we've got 5 players, I think it were, called up for international duty. So we've requested to postpone that, which has been agreed. Which now means the next game is almost a month away. So hopefully that doesn't disrupt our momentum. Pedro Lima here, the ball into Nabazanda. But it goes just over the bar and goes out for a goal kick. But yeah, like I was saying, hopefully that doesn't disrupt sort of what we've been building. So of course that amount of time off could cause a bit of an upset in terms of a style, momentum, fitness, and we don't want any of that. So we might see if we can arrange maybe a friendly in between there, because it's a long time. And I know some of the players are on international duty, they're keeping their fitness up, but some of the players aren't, and they're going to sit here and go a little bit rusty should we not be playing any other games. So that's why I might do a friendly to sort of keep the legs fresh and moving. Chavez here with a weak ball, but manages to pick it back up because it bounces off his back. He's very lucky. He's a lucky boy there. Jeffrey surging forward like he loves to do. We've got the Argentinian winger. Not really seen much from him. He's not done much. Hedge into the loanee from Chelsea. Long range effort. It goes over the crossbar. Yeah, not been too impressed with this guy so far. Thomas Chavez, or Juliez, however you pronounce it. Not been great. I know he's not been playing as a striker, but he's not really impressed me when he's been on as a winger. So, you know, you're not going to get rid of Ratalia or Rodrigo in that striking role. So, needs to improve his game if he wants to play in that position. Andre Lewis there collecting the ball, saying thank you very much, Jeffrey. Do not worry about heading that over the bar. Long goal kick downfield. We pick up the loose ball. Jeffrey surging out of that centre-back position that he likes to do. Chavez here with a ball into Constonga. And the shot comes in from the Chelsea loanee. That was a mouthful to get out them from myself, but we managed to get there in the end. But 2-0 up, 80 minutes played. We're cruising. We haven't got to worry about it now. We're going to drop the tempo down. We're going to go time waste more often. We're pretty happy with that. A 2-0 win is pretty good. I mean, if we could get the icing on the cake and get a third, that would be lovely. But let's not concede as well, right? We've so far conceded one, and I weren't happy about conceding one so late, and we may concede another late. Well, a lovely save from Andre, even though they were offside, but he's not to know. He's got to save what's in front of him, and by golly did he do it. 92 minutes played. That should be full time, and it is. A 2-0 win over our South Coast rivals. Match momentum, pretty average, pretty standard. Not as much possession as I probably would have liked, but of course, what's important, 16 shots, 10 on target. I'm going to say a win's a win, but we should probably raise our performance. I think that's fair. Most of them look fired up, so I'm not going to worry about the one or two that seemed a little bit despondent. Everyone's playing well. We're giving 100%. We deserve to win that match. I think that's fair. And there seems to be a real buzz around the team at the minute. How far can that take you? I'm just going to say we can go on as long as we want with this group of players. That does now put us 4 points clear. So Coventry must have dropped points. They did. They only managed to just rescue a draw as well. So that puts us 4 points clear and a game in hand with a goal difference of 13. Just to show you what I was talking about. So obviously we've just seen this game on the 20th of September. Our next game isn't until the 11th of October. So almost a whole month until we play another game. So what the plan will be for the next episode is probably bring you to the Coventry game. First versus second. We have a look at the table. Coventry are currently second and Stoke are currently third. And also Norwich are sitting in fifth right now. And we play Coventry, Norwich and Stoke. So it might be, we're at Watford. Yeah, Watford are sort of mid-table, so that's fine. So it'll be some combination of these three games, most likely. But there you go. That's everything you're going to see in today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed. Very interesting episode. Very exciting episode. The possibilities seem to be endless with this Southampton team that we've built here so far. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done so already, specifically for the Samba boys. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well to make sure you follow on with the journey. Who knows? Maybe one day we might just sign a full South American team. Obviously, I know we can't because of the league rules, but hey, it would be fun, right? But other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.